Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So there's lots of stuff going on. You've got people leaving the space, you've got people joining the space, but it seems like we're throwing away this meme coin kind of shadow that lurks over us. We're getting rid of the dead weight, we're getting rid of the non-believers, so to speak, people that aren't really and haven't really been here for the community. They're not built, they're not doing it, they're just here for the fame, for the glory. They're not here for the ultimate mission, which is going from A to Z and then doing it all over again. We've been here from the beginning and we'll be here until the very utmost end. Folks, this is an update that we've been waiting for at least a year. MetaGloria made their debut around a month after I came into the space. It is so good to see that the industry is thriving. Things are being built in the background, and on top of all of these silly little things that are going on, you've got really good projects like this that are pushing forward. Now, MetaGloria did land on their feet by launching the Miata marketplace. There was a gap in the market and they filled that gap. It was very smart for them to do that, and it has paid off for them. So seeing that things are looking good, you know, things are going on in the background and they are moving forward, it's brilliant news. We'll be getting onto this video shortly, but you know, they've worked so hard, and to see the marketplace thriving, to see that 90% of the work is behind them now for their project. They've added PvE content outside the city with monsters, missions, and they've got more news on the work that's being done, and that's going to be coming very, very soon. Hopefully we can get them in for a podcast. I have no doubt they'll honor us with a podcast. I think we've got a few podcasts coming up. We've got three, pretty much more or less. No, sorry, we've got four more or less booked in. We've got a busy end of the month ahead of us. Like I was saying, people leaving the space, people joining the space, but ultimately penguins only know how to march forward. We don't know how to march backwards. We only huddle in these hard times, keep circling before we can move forward, keep persevering and keep pushing forward. Let's jump onto this video. Even further of a sprint. Sorry about the squeaky chair, folks. It's what we want to see, especially as Muji holders, Cacti holders, anybody who's been supporting MetaGloria and is involved with this project. This is like golden. This is what you want to see from a project. Good milestones, they're making work, and it just seems like every single project that we've brought forward, mostly MetaGloria, Lunar Burning Nights, you know, Starship, they've all got playable builds out. MetaGloria about to fill that gap, and this is a really good sign. This is a good sign that the industry is thriving. Things are going on in the background. We're going to be bringing more updates on the current standings of Lunar Burning Nights, of Exodus, and seeing where all of those different things are, because ultimately these sorts of projects, they give way more than they take. They may take a lot at the beginning, but what they give back ultimately in the end is more than tenfold. Okay, they're building to utilize the actual coin that we're all involved with. God, it's been a long day. That we're involved with, and they're utilizing that. They're creating a use case, they're creating a liquidity circle, and that's what we need, because I've spoken about this many of times. Burning's great, but we just remove liquidity from the loop. It doesn't do anything after that. Yes, this is really good, but at the same time, we do need liquidity to stay in the system. We need things to happen. And that's why I was saying about this 0.5% hike for the burn tax. Projects being able to at least avoid burn taxes on a smart contract scale would help them so much, because ultimately they provide to the system in so many ways, shapes and forms: entries, exits, liquidity staying on chain, locked in on chain. This is what we want to see, because right, if you look at Shiba Inu, which is silly for me to use it for an example, but at the same time it's not, because their ultimate end goal has always been Shibarium, which is almost there pretty much, and then their metaverse, which is Shib, the metaverse. We've got 3 metaverses, okay? I myself are building a metaverse inside of a metaverse. And like I was saying, projects are thriving in the background. The hatchery on my end, almost complete. We are in the final stages of tying all of that together with a pretty little bow tie and bringing an absolutely unheard of NFT project, a totally new system, something that is different, something that nobody's seen before. It's going to be very interesting, and hopefully we're going to align ourselves with all of these different launches that are going on. And going off of this slingshot effect, right, the whole idea of astronauts traveling off planet, well, what do? Well, they don't just go from A to B, they actually go around A, slingshot off, then go to B, and if they want to come back from B, they go around B and slingshot back. They never just make a straight run. There's always a build up, right? I think we're at a point now, and I'll keep saying this, it's my own humble and sole opinion, is that we have seen the bottom. We have just been through the toughest time. Like I was saying at the beginning, there's people leaving the space. They've had enough. They're not, you know, it's weird to say true believers, but I see myself as someone who's not even a true believer. Like, I was in the trenches with everybody. I've been here from the utmost beginning, and, you know, getting to a point now where I see this video come out and I'm like, boom, I can actually put out a really good update for the community on these projects, and saying to everyone, hey, we brought projects to the table and these projects are doing really well and they're bringing a lot to the blockchain. It's going to be really interesting to see how this all aligns with parity, with the USTC repeg, with all of the different things we've got going on. Honestly, it's all just going to start flowing so fast. We will have just, we'll sit there and be like, wasn't that funny when we was, you know, at that really weird time. And as soon as this all starts happening, you probably can guess it already. Those who have left for space are going to come back as quick as they left. They'll want to get involved. They'll want to do content again, because for people who do content like myself, right, YouTube pays you on a factor of many scales. And one of those factors is how interesting is your topic? You know, are a lot of people into it? Are a lot of people watching it? Well, when we were going through all of the crash and everything like that, the RPM was really good. So now I see these people leaving the space because there's simply not enough money for them to make. They need to go elsewhere to make a living. And, you know, everybody's human. They've all got bills themselves. So do try and respect that, because at the end of the day, you know, if they are leaving the space and they're going off to another coin or whatever, you know, things must be bad enough for them to have to make that decision and make that move. So always just try and be respectful of those kind of things, because you just don't know what's going on in the background for these people, regardless of what crashes they've been involved in and stuff like that. Ultimately, you know, if you can pass on, I always like to go off the analogy, treat people how you would like to be treated. You know, if you're going to treat someone like junk, you're probably going to get treated like junk back. If you're going to be, you know, snappy with someone, you're going to get snappy back. It's sort of this thing, isn't it? Leave a better imprinted image on the next person you see, and then maybe they'll leave a better imprinted image on the next person they see. And it's all about this idea of maturing, isn't it? And going on to the thing we've said about the LUNC burn project, that's such a huge milestone for the community. I myself am panicking about this project because I've got to release it, and then I've got to sit there and worry about, like, are we actually going to sell all of these NFTs? But it's not in my character to, you know, consistently think like that. My brain only thinks about the ultimate goal, about helping people see the broader image of what's going on. But like I was saying, more updates coming. I'm going to do individual videos for each project that's going on. We'll try to get podcasts with all of them, and I'll add those into the 4. I think it's even 5 that we've got booked in. Other than that, folks, have a really nice evening wherever you are. Stay safe. Beware of scammers. Beware of doppelgangers. Beware of anybody pretending to be me. And I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, it's been a long day.